So as you are all well aware, I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, but we do have some Nintendo related topics today to talk about because there's some interesting stuff happening. Yes, Charles Martinet is walking away from the Mario character. People are acting like he had 20-minute dialogues as Mario in video games. It will be okay, folks. I'll miss him too, but it's time for him to move on and potentially enjoy some retirement. But I'm not really concerned about that. I'm more so concerned about actual video games. And we have some updates on things like the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 for the Nintendo Switch and potentially Super Mario Bros. Wonder as well, which is a very interesting situation that I definitely want to talk about. So if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy video game related content. But without any further ado, let's talk about what's going on. So we have some updates on the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, which if you know anything about me, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. Like, I am super looking forward to this. I love the fact that there's 7 games in it. I love the fact that there's even, like, obviously the oddities of the NES games. There's going to be, strategy guides built into the game. But one thing that a lot of people were wondering was the performance of the Nintendo Switch version of the game. Now, you would assume that everything would be, pretty hunky-dory. I wouldn't see any reasons as to why they could be potentially downgraded. But we have some initial previews going out for these games, and for some reason my preview build got lost in the mail. But here's the stuff I want to talk about. So this is coming to us from Next Gen Player over on Twitter. Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 1, new details. PlayStation 4 version is coming and is download only. That's pretty interesting. Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 are Bluepoint MGS HD versions, which that's not really news because that's what we've been talking about the whole time. We've all been under that sort of understanding that these were the Bluepoint version of the games that came out during the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era. But something that's a little bit concerning for a lot of people is Nintendo Switch performance is 720p at 30 frames per second. Now, these are old. I'm not someone who's FPS person or a P counter or anything like that. If something looks good, then something looks good. But I do feel like, these are such old games, and the HD versions of these games when they came out were actually 60 frames per second. So this is a bit disappointing to me, honestly, because of the fact that if you're using the HD versions from the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era, why in God's name can the Switch not do these at 60 frames per second? There's bonus content, which includes a booklet detailing the history for each game and graphic novels. Now, someone in the comments section, a outsider snake, obviously, this person likes Metal Gear Solid a lot, had to say the following. They touched up the Bluepoint version, so it's not the complete same. The Switch version are not the final build. They hope to iron out all the issues, including performance, which they say will match that of the 2012 HD collection for the Switch version. So is the Switch version gonna be 60 frames per second now? Because I think that does make a difference in these games, especially just for me personally, because I'm such a huge fan of these games. So mixed messages is what we're getting here, essentially. One place is saying it's going to be 30 frames. Another place is saying that they're targeting 60 frames. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Like, I'm still going to buy it regardless of the performance. I'll probably buy it on multiple platforms just in case that Switch version does come out a bit messy. But it seems like they are still working on the Switch version of the game, and they are targeting that 60 frames per second. So I'm not ready to lose my mind over this quite yet. Who knows? Maybe they can get smelly old MVG to work on the game and use the Carbon engine or something like that, because isn't carbon a renewable source? I want the fossil fuel engine. That's what I'm all about. But yes, hopefully they're able to manage all of this stuff and fix it all. But we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments, would this be something that would be a detriment to the game for you if they are indeed, only 30 frames per second? Because, I don't know, to me, I think the bigger thing is it just feels a bit lazy if they're 30 frames per second. And then I kind of wonder about the rest of it. But we do have to do an update on Super Mario Bros. Wonder as well, because last week I made a video kind of calling Nintendo out about Super Mario Bros. Wonder and the lack of online multiplayer, because I just thought it was ridiculous that you had games like 3D World come out, which featured online multiplayer. And it's not that the game had to be focused on online multiplayer, but if you're offering local play, and there obviously is a sort of component of playing with other people, why would you not at least have the option? You know, there's like the Spawncast plays that we do over on the Spawncast network, spawncastnetwork.com. We play games together and we just, you know, relax and talk crap about the games and have fun. Like, this would be a perfect game for it. And the fact that it seemed to be omitted from this game was ridiculous to me, especially considering this is Nintendo's big holiday title. We're paying for a Nintendo Switch Online. If a PlayStation game or an Xbox game came out in 2023 that had multiplayer and a first-party title, and for some reason it was just local play, people would be incensed about it. They'd be so mad. But when Nintendo does it, they get a pass. Well, we do have an update. The homie Genki, JPN over on Twitter, Japanese Nintendo webpage for Super Mario Bros. Wonder says that details of online play will be announced at a later date. Hopefully, online co-op will be confirmed soon. So now the narrative is changing. If you go over to the American version of the eShop page, like we are doing here, you can see that it still just has save data cloud. So, you know, they're not saying anything about online multiplayer, but it does appear that there is going to be some sort of online multiplayer potentially in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which my first thought, the first thing that pops into my head is like, good. You know, the fact that this is even a discussion, the fact that we even have to wonder, no pun intended, if a big first party title, the cornerstone of the second half of 2023 that features multiplayer is going to feature online multiplayer for Nintendo, it just shows you that they're still not taking online very seriously, although they are charging you money for it. So that's my first initial thought. But then my second thought is kind of like, why would they hide this? You know, why would they, why is this a big secret? Why is this a big mystery? Is it going to be standard local co-op, or is it going to be something like a specific game mode for online play? What's the mystery behind it? This game comes out in less than 2 months, and we still don't really know basic features about it. Like, I'm not concerned for the quality of the game or anything like that, but I would like to know, you know, what the multiplayer aspect, why is this such a damn secret? Why are we all hidden in, you know, obviously many people are expecting a September Nintendo Direct to come along and answer a lot of these questions, but I just don't understand the secrecy around this. Like, it's a 2D Mario game. It's not like it's going to be some crazy revolutionary thing or anything like that. Obviously, they are going in a bit of a different direction, but what the hell is up with the secrecy surrounding this game? Just tell people. If there's, be transparent, Nintendo. I know you hate being transparent because you're not transparent about the online stuff, because you announce the stuff when it's coming, you know, with the virtual or the classic consoles. You announce it like a day before it's going to happen, or a couple days before it's going to happen. There's no transparency whatsoever. But be transparent about this. Like, there, if it is, fine. If it isn't, fine. But people need to know. People have the right to know when it comes to stuff like this. So there's just a few updates about some Nintendo titles that, I mean, I'm looking forward to both of them. Although I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, you know, these are cool looking games, and I'm very excited for them. So let me know in the comments section down below, how are we feeling about all of this? You know, Metal Gear Solid, are you gonna skip the Switch version if it's 30 frames? Because yeah, that could be problematic. You know, I got to keep it a buck there. And Super Mario Brothers Wonder, is it going to have online? Is it not going to have online? Why is Nintendo being so secretive? And how sad are you that Charles Martinet is no longer doing Mario's voice? Because y'all just want to work this man to death. Like, Twitter is already mad at me because I was like, okay, you know, he did a great job. I hope he does well in the future, but, you know, calm down. It'll be all right. But hey, Twitter's always mad at me. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit that bell notification so you're not missing any uploads. I didn't feel like being on camera. I literally, like, just woke up and I didn't feel like showering. I wanted to work out and then shower, and I was like, well, if I work out, you know, then, you know, time will pass, and I don't know. You don't care about any of this. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. later. All right, are you still here? So the reason I'm downplaying the whole Charles Martinet thing is because I want to be Mario. And this is my vocal audition. So please send it to Nintendo. Let them know that I am interested in the position. Hey, yo, I'm walking here. Paisano. Hey, the pizza. Hey, oh, the princess. Whoa, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. I think I did a pretty good job. So send that to Nintendo. And thank you for hanging around to the end of the video.